Hello, everyone. I wanted to create today an episode that I could do an entire discography in one short episode, especially because I'm currently working on some much longer discographies, which take a lot of listening and a lot of time to put together. I wanted to focus on someone that I really enjoy, and today we're going to talk about Kati Rán. Now, Kati Rán has put out two albums. They've put out the first album in 2015 under the name of Lease, and it was usually under the name Leaf, but has been re-released for its 10th anniversary under the name of Kati Rán. I always wanted to listen to this album in full, but I couldn't find a physical copy until that happened. So it's been a tremendous experience to get that experience as well. The neat thing about this album too is it has a bonus track for those who like bonus tracks, which for purposes of ranking, I'm not going to include it as well, even though I really love it. So having said that, the first album of Kati Rán is a dark folk masterpiece. Her ability to use the instrumentation and the soundscapes and who she works with in production and working and playing the instruments just really creates a tremendous soundscape. This is probably one of my very favorite albums. And having said that, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a 10. It's a 10 for album score. I would also say that all of the songs on this album would get a notable song point, so a further 10 points. Do I have a favorite song on the album? There's multiple favorites, but today, if I'm forced to pick just one, it would be Soul. The thing I love about Soul is the way it uses the instrumentation and the sound to draw you in and come back to yourself, all while also focusing on the movement of the wheel as time moves through the year. The seasons shift and change. There's so much beautiful usage of hammered dulcimer in this album, and I'm a hammered dulcimer junkie that I can't help myself and love the album. So much to love here. So, having said that, more than 50% of the album is notable tracks. All of it is. So, I guess the bonus 3 points that I award for albums that are over 5 tracks of significant songs. Um, and it gets the 10 points for the songs, 10 points for the album. So a total of 23. Now, it took 9 years for another album to come out, and that is Sala. Sala is a large album. It's a double album in the real sense of things. It has, I think, if I'm remembering right, about 77 minutes of music. Now, what would I give Sala as an album? I'm going to give it a 10, which is just a tremendous experience from beginning to end. It's a real journey. And if you want to have a real journey in music, this is another album to listen to. Now, once again, if I'm forced to pick one song, I'd probably pick Stone Pillars. Stone Pillars is just something that speaks to me over and over again, and I don't have good enough words to describe how much I like it. So, having said that, what is the notable song count? The number I'd give this one, I'd also give it 10. Now, it's a 13-track album. This album has 3 tracks that I would consider passages songs. Now, that doesn't mean they're not notable. In fact, they're very important for the listening experience that you're about to have. I highly recommend listening to all of it. But when I think about songs that I come back to on their own individual basis, I don't come back to those ones as much. So they don't quite fit the same bill. They're still important, still amazing, but are going towards the count. So, having said that, Sala has the same ranking number as Lis. So, we have 2 albums that their total winds up being 23 points. Now, when I look at the album ranking points, I like to do an average for an artist when I'm doing a total discography. This makes it really easy for them because they have 2 albums that are 10 points. So, having said that, what I do is I take that average and I multiply it by 10, and then I take the other points from the notable songs and the notable album number and combine them. So this gives Kati Rán a very significant album number, a total number that is, of 126 points. Now, since we haven't done other discography rankings, if you're coming to us at an early point in this channel, that number might not mean a whole lot, just like the number 23 for an album might not mean a whole lot, but you'll see it's a pretty big deal, especially for an artist that has just 2 albums. If you've never listened to this genre of music, Kati Rán is a great place to start. I would suggest of the 2 albums to start with the first album, Lys. It's a little shorter. It will allow you to see if the hammered dulcimer and all the other instrumentation and the soundscapes that are meant to take you other places do take you other places. And if they do, move on to Sala. I think they're both tremendous albums. I think you'd be happy trying them both, especially if you're an album listener. And I would encourage you to do so. So, that is my short discography ranking for Kati Rán. I'm sure we're going to talk about Kati more in other episodes, especially as we dive into favorite tracks and why I like certain sounds that I do. But having said that, this is a tremendous discography from a tremendous artist. And if you've never listened to this genre of music, this is a great place to start. So, I'm wishing everybody the best out there. Hope you come back and check out more of our content. And check out that music. Keep listening.